I'm your host, Chad Harden. With us, as always, are Perry and Ray Ray. You guys want to say hi?
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Perry, you sound so excited.
Oh, I know. I am bouncing off the walls with enthusiasm.
So we're just picking up from, if anybody saw, we started drawing late last night. We went to about 2 in the morning. We're continuing work on our character design class / concept art for Death Watch. As always, we like to multitask here on the Creating Comics live stream. So we're doing freelance.
Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, we're doing freelance and teaching kids at the same time. But I went back and watched my video from last night, and I was singing 70 songs about booty. So I might have to do a little bit of editing before I upload that to the old UVU Canvas site, right? What do you think, guys? Is that a safe call, or should I just roll those dice?
Nah, just roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Go for it.
Ray Ray says, "Live dangerously." Scream
And you're the one
YOLO.
who's from Vegas, so if anyone's gonna know about like which dice to roll, I'm assuming it's you.
Yeah.
So
Well, what's the worst they could do? Fire me, right? I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then I get unemployment. So. Be the
Oh hey, would you look at that?
Yeah, exactly. What do they call that? Universal basic income? I don't know.
Don't know,
Not bad.
actually.
I don't know how long I would get it. How long would I get it under COVID? Do I still get it for like a year? Who knows? Anyway, we're teasing. This is all fun and jest. Sort of.
It's all hypotheticals.
Right. So, what's the exciting news on your guys' end? Tell me what's fun and exciting. I haven't seen you guys in like a week.
I know, right? To quote them Bare Naked Ladies band, it's been 1 week.
Yeah. But nothing new, nothing exciting though, huh?
Nah, just
Only-
stressed, man.
Oh, that's the worst.
Professor Perry is giving us a lot of work in a very short amount of time to get it done.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which class is this?
Figure
Figure
three.
three.
Oh. So are you guys oh, but you can't draw on, this is the one you can't draw on the iPads. You have to.
We can do the final project on the iPad, but we have to do all of the prelim work, including apparently like 20 thumbnails in a sketchbook.
Well, thumbnails shouldn't take 20 thumbnails should only take you like an hour, right?
Except Perry
Not to
is
the
like,
level that Perry
hey,
wants them."
these thumbnails have to, they basically are comps, is what he wants our thumbnails to be.
Comprehensive.
Yeah, they're like-
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of like very specific requirements and whatnot that he wants in the actual like illustration, and he's like, draw a perspective grid and draw like I should be able to tell,
wow.
you know, what's going on in these. Yeah, he's
Wait,
very.
wait. You're drawing a perspective grid for figure 3? So you're drawing
And for the thumbnail,
so you're drawing the perspective in, or the body in perspective is what's going on.
and the background, he wants us to draw like an entire cityscape, basically.
Oh,
Yeah, like we need architecture, we need a mode of transportation, we need like a pet.
wow.
I
A
forgot
lot.
about the frickin' mode of transportation.
I think I did a train for mine. That was pretty fun.
Can I just...
And my
I'll
wife
just
was
draw a
my
blimp.
model. So, Mecha Jared is here. Hello, everyone. Says Mecha Jared. Perry and Ray Ray, would you like me to join you all on Discord? Since you guys are the Discord masters.
I think that's more of your call, Chad.
Is it my call?
Yeah.
Well, we can. I'm okay with that. How would we do that midstream?
We just switch channels.
Is it that easy?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's bring in Jared. We haven't seen Jared in a while.
Sure.
Okay.
Meet you over there.
All right. I might get lost. Oh, here we go. I found it. All right.
No.
Okay, so did that work? Now, do we have to hang up on the other one?
Nope. It
I think it
automatically
automatically
hangs you
hangs
up
up.
when you
Okay.
switch.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's nice of them at Discord to figure all this out
Yeah.
for people who don't know how to work. for old men like myself. It's all magic. The magic elves at Discord. You know what though? I don't think Jared got on. Did he get on?
He said BRB in the chat.
Oh, did he? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna switch back to. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll let Jared.
Hey, there we are.
Hey, there we are. How we doing, Jared?
Hey. All right, I'm going to turn my speaker down on my computer because I've got it on the Twitch stream.
Good, because we can hear like a really strong echo right now. So.
Yeah, so I kind of figured that that would happen. So yeah, I've turned my speaker down, so we're good.
Okay, good. All right, so we're just doing more concept art, and then but we can talk about fun things.
Continuing on from last night, I suppose.
What's that? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, exactly, Jared. So this is how far we got. So I think I got like a little bit more work done on the tongue and the rib cage, and maybe like a little bit on the feet. But we're sort of cranking away. I think we'll be done today. We better be done today. I need to be done today. How about that?
I think you're doing a pretty good job, actually. Yeah. So I mean, I have no doubt you get it done today.
So So what movies are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the Book of Boba Fett. What are we talking about on this? What pop culture goodness can we?
How many people don't want spoilers?
I do not want spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't? None of it?
So
hang on.
None of it.
None of it?
I haven't had time. Like, believe me, I want to. I really want to, but like Professor Perry. Between that and my insane decision to do so many comic pages.
It's all right. I can tell you a few things without actually giving stuff away.
Now don't get us haters, Jared. Don't give us.
No. It's teasers. They're teasers, Chad.
Okay, I'm just saying. I don't want like an angry mob being like, I just wanted to watch Chad draw the Red Boba Fett.
I'm going to. What's the word? I'm going to tantalize.
Okay. Tantalize us, sir.
Yes. Now, the Book of Boba Fett, some of the, this basically takes place pretty much shortly after Return of the Jedi. Boba Fett it's basically, how would I put it, is this one is much more Dune influenced than most other Star Wars things are.
Okay, that's intriguing. Like, what do they like? Introduce sandworms? I guess we can't talk about it. Okay.
Well,
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm trying to figure out a way to say it without giving anything away.
All right. Well, maybe we should talk about another show. Let's talk.
Either way, it's really intriguing. You should check it out, both of you. Really awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick. JD Smith, digital artist. It's never done. It's only due. That is maybe that should be. I should change the writing to word or rule. Chad's rules number 3. It's never done. It's only due. But make sure you turn it in. I would give a. Let's see. I could give a poot about the overrated Fetter. Oh, them's fighting words there. Homie tossed himself into a pit monster and everybody thinks he's some bad A. And then Kabong Inc. says, hey, everybody. Hi, Kabong Inc. How we doing?
Nice.
So.
Oh, hey. And they just subscribed for 2 months.
Oh, hey, thanks. Kabong, we appreciate that. Is that what that means, resub?
Yep.
Okay,
right there, it says subscribe to tier 1. They've subscribed for 2 months.
Nice. I'm old, so I was like, ooh, I got a star.
Just read the text in front of you, dude. It's right there.
Well, I don't know what it means. It just says resub Kabong Inc. +1, and it was wise. It was Wisebot that said it.
Do you see the message right above it? The automated Twitch message?
No, I don't.
But that's what we old guys do. Just fake it, Chad.
Okay, Oh yes, of course I saw it. I'm not used to faking. I'm the real deal. I'm not used to faking. I'm like way too honest, I guess. I don't know. It's a flaw.
I've got to teach you some stuff, Chad.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So I got some exciting news, though. If nobody else has exciting news,
come on, say it, man. Say it, man. Don't tease us.
I got accepted into Whatnot, so we're gonna be doing our first Whatnot a week from tomorrow. So that just means I got to get all my stuff ready for Whatnot.
What is Whatnot?
Okay.
Now I'm feeling like an old man.
Whatnot is live auctions. Okay, have you ever gone onto Facebook and people were doing live auctions on Facebook?
Yeah, the live auction thing. I am familiar with live auctions. Right. So is that what that is? Is Whatnot just a live auction thing?
It is a whole app devoted to live auctions. And so I need to go on there and get all my stuff set up. But yeah, I'm excited. So I'm nervous and excited at the same time, but I'm hoping it'll be a lot of fun. So,
do you think you're going to be selling like some art prints on there or something?
Well, I am super. You guys know everything that's like going on, and I hate talking about personal matters on live streams. But I think it's pretty safe to say I'm super behind on like every commission that I have right now, which is way more than I want. There's been no way for me to predict what my life was going to be like when I basically took these on, and then my life sort of turned into a dumpster fire with, you guys know the details, but so I don't want to be making any original art that's not going to people that have until everybody that has an outstanding commission is taken care of. But that being said, I want to have original art for the Whatnot auction, which means I got to finish all my commissions between now and then, and I still have pages, and I still have videos to make. So I'm not going to be sleeping much. I am not going to be sleeping.
You can do it, kid.
I know. I can do it. I got to cue up the Rocky music though. So.
Well, you'll have to get like 10 bottles of 5-hour energy, and then that way you can know you can see time.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to start like. There have been times where I stayed up for so long I started to hallucinate, and that was not a good. That's not a good thing. Not at my age. I'm in the heart attack years, so.
Well, when your models start singing and dancing, that's the time to sleep.
That's basically what happened. Let's see. It says I like to stir up the stuff with Fett. I'm barely holding on being a Star Wars fan, but I never understood the fandom about Fett. Because he so easily captured Han Solo. And Han Solo's like the ultimate BA when it comes to Star Wars. So anyway, let's see. Whatnot as in KNOT. Hey, Perry and Ray, you guys are supposed to be reading this. I'm supposed to be drawing. I think Ray's drawing. I can hear Ray clacking away. Are you working on your pages too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, I'll turn on noise suppression so you don't hear my
No, it's
keys.
Okay. No, it's fine.
It's fine. You two need to start talking some more, and then we should react.
Let's see. So Kabonging, sorry to hear about the dumpster fire. Hope it all turns around soon. Growing up in Las Vegas, and my gambler's fallacy says that my bad luck streak is should be over at any second now. There's no way I can keep keep this losing streak up. So, but anyway, it's all random, right? So, I seriously had someone who was like a roulette addict try to tell me that you could beat the odds by wherever the ball landed on the roulette wheel. Like if it landed on black, then you should bet red because chances are 50-50 that it was going to be red. And so like if it was black one time, that ups the chances of it being red next time. I'm like, no. I was like, that's not how it works. It's 50-50 all the time. and then with roulette, because they have 2 green spaces, it's actually like 48% all the time. So
Well, just as long as they're not playing Russian roulette.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, but that's, for me to, but I thought he was so silly when he told me that, because growing up in Vegas, you're supposed to recognize these things, and and at the same time, I'm like,
man.
okay, my bad
You're
luck
letting down
can't
your
be bad
state.
forever, but it's the same fallacy and logic. So, anywho,
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think you get the stereotypes with every state you go into. Like, it's like it's like if you were to go into Texas, everybody expects you to know everything about cowboys.
well, you do have to know everything about Cowboys if you move to Texas. My family's from Texas. All right, let's see. Haha, that's not how the force works. Exactly right. I was going to say, it's 2022 now. Tell that dumpster fire needs to go take a hike. Please excuse my... Yeah. I agree. I am ready. I'm ready for some good times. Everyone said that when COVID was over, everything was supposed to be good. But unfortunately,
No.
COVID's not over, so... Soon. Right?
I know.
Everyone keeps talking about the endemic. I just want it to happen.
We're just ready for it to be there.
Yeah.
But, I think all we can do is just hope at this point.
I think everyone, I don't know. I wish we could have, it would seem to me that after everybody's gotten COVID, which like right now, it feels like everybody but me has gotten COVID, that
Yeah.
it should be over soon. Right? I don't know. But I know nothing. I draw comic books. Don't ask me anything that doesn't have to do with comics.
Don't mitigate our words for it. We're not qualified scientists.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want CNN making up stuff about it. Anyway.
No. I mean, I'd bring up a recent event, but that it'd probably be very controversial. So I won't.
Yeah, we don't want to go political, man. Let's keep it lighthearted and fun.
No. It's a very hot button topic right now, and so I'm not gonna dive into that one. I mean, I'm controversial, but I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. All right. So what else is good in people's lives? What new Perry? What new Netflix goodness have you uncovered?
That is a really good question. What have I been watching lately? Well, I mean, something I was going to mention earlier in terms of like what's going on in people's lives. I'm still live streaming, and that's been going really well.
Good.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So
Good.
that has been great. Let's
Oh,
see, what have I watched
I'm
recently?
gonna have to sign up for your channel. I don't think I'm signed up for your channel.
Do we have
It's a very recent development.
Oh,
do we have you on our Twitch, Perry?
I don't know. Like,
We should check that after this stream. Make sure that your channel's on ours, because I know Ray Ray's is.
well, I'll definitely look you up by the end of the stream.
yeah, because I'm going to be streaming later tonight, actually. I'm going to be working on my own comic and doing, like, coloring. So,
Oh, fun.
yeah. It'll be really fun. Page 9. I'm getting
Ooh,
there.
you're getting so close. You can taste
I
it.
know!
How long is the whole comic gonna be, Barry?
So, by the end of this semester, I need to have 12 pages completed. So, yeah, after this one, I'll only have about 3 more. And I know I say this every single time, but I swear the next pages should be easier.
Okay, so
Assuming I
it's
don't-
kind of like a short story then.
Kind of. It's because I started 4 pages, like the first 4 pages of it in Chad's sequential class. And then I'm
Uh-huh.
just continuing on with the next 12, so it'll be like 16 total. And then
Oh,
once the semester's
okay.
over, and then once the semester is over, I plan on just continuing the story.
Oh, the only
Yeah.
reason I mentioned it was because typically most comic books tend to be anywhere from 20 to 24 pages.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's changed a little bit. Like
It has?
Yeah, DC. Well, okay, so page count wise, that's true. But in order to help artists hit their deadlines, most big companies now are breaking it up into a 16-page story, and then they call that the main story, and then they have an 8-page or 8 to 10-page backup story in each book. So
I have actually been noticing that because I've been getting the Superman books, and yeah, they'll have like the main Superman story, and then they'll have a backup story.
Yeah, they started doing that like right when I left, and I was like, why didn't you guys tell me like that, stuff like that was going on? But
what did you do when I was there?
Yeah, no, they're just like, let's burn Chad out to the point where he can't even walk. So, anywho.
Well, that's most big companies, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, I am going to be. I guess I can announce it here. I am going to be doing another Harley story. So,
Ooh,
I feel
nice,
like Antonio not Antonio. Oh gosh, Al Pacino in Godfather 3. They keep pulling me back in.
Yeah.
So JD Smith in the chat says, I haven't gotten it yet either, referring to COVID, but I also went all in on that hermit life when the pandemic started. Yeah, I'm pretty much, I don't move out of this room except to go teach classrooms full of people. So
yeah.
I like venture out once a day into the wasteland. But I've had some close calls though. So JD Smith, digital artist, and I, we're like the last two contestants on Squid Game. Anybody want to start taking bets? Should we start betting?
Hey, I want to throw my hat in there because I haven't gotten it either.
You haven't?
Wait a minute.
Good job.
What?
This is like
I'm
Squid
out of the
Game.
running.
Yeah, Ray's like, I'm out.
I got Omicron over winter break.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, thankfully, for me.
Well, I'm guessing you were vaccinated, right?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I still am, but yeah.
You know what I mean. But so how did it turn out? Was it just like a regular cold or something?
It was like a bad cold, I would say. It wasn't comfortable, but definitely wouldn't be as bad as like the flu. And it was nothing to really be too concerned about.
Did you get a fever at all?
I did for like 1 day.
Okay. Yeah, because there was a point where I was a little afraid that I had may have gotten COVID, but the symptoms weren't consistent with it. Mm-hmm. I went and got myself officially looked over and everything, and it was consistent with a cold mixed with my seasonal allergies.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be going to Vancouver, so I'm gonna have to go get the real COVID test. I want to get caught up on the chat here.
Are you talking about the one where they touch your brain?
Yeah, where they stab your brain with the Q-tip. Let's see. Kabong Inc. says, I love Peacemaker. I always look forward to seeing what third-rate deep-cut character Gunn is going to make canon each week. I'm not familiar with Peacemaker. What's that on? How does having a shorter page count per month change the way the plot... hold on one sec, Jared.
Sorry.
How does having a shorter page count per month change the way you plot things out? That's a writer question. I'm an artist question. For me, it just means that it's easier to hit your monthly deadlines, but you don't make as much money because of a low.
I'm a writer. I can tell them.
Yeah.
Because I've actually had to do short stories before, so I can definitely tell you that. What it basically means is that you have to pace out the story in a way that you basically get to your sort of shock factor right away, as opposed to building it up.
Yeah, it seems like if you're only working with 20 pages, that's what, and then you cut it to 16. That's
basically what that is like, and it depends on what kind of story you're doing. But like say if it's an action story, basically it means you get to the action a lot quicker. If it's a horror story, you basically have to cut back on some of the suspense and get more to the kind of scary stuff.
Well, let me ask you this though, Jared. Would you rather than would you be the type of person that just sort of edits it out to make it fit, or would you expand it to basically last like 2 issues as opposed to 1?
The thing is, I like to draw things out. That's just kind of my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I would rather stretch it out if I could. Hell, I mean, if they'd allow me, I'd change something from a 20-page story to a 40-page story if I wanted to. Because I just like that. I like the suspense before we get to the big thing, But that's just a personal preference. I mean, I know plenty of other writers who are like, I want to get to the action right away. So I think it really all just depends on the preference of the writer. Just how it comes out. Like I would imagine, like with you with art and everything, like how a page turns out art wise, I think would depend more on the artist. It's kind of the same with writers, How the pacing is handled, I think, really is just dependent on the person who's writing it.
I think, like, if someone came to me, if I were a writer though, and someone came to me and said, "Okay, here's your script back," after you turned it in and said,
"Yeah,
you have to change this to fit in 16 pages," that sounds like to me that sounds like something that would make me extremely angry. I don't know.
Well, let me put it this way: is if I had advanced warning, basically say, this is the format we're using,
right?
So fit it within this format, I'd be fine. But you're right. I mean, that would be frustrating if, say, I had turned in a lovely 22-page script or something, and then they come back to me and says you got to cut it down to 16. That would be frustrating. However, those of us who are who are smart know how our bills are paid. Don't bite
the hand that feeds you.
We'll grit our teeth. We'll grit our teeth, and then we'll do it.
But and it also begs the question: how influential is the writer? I imagine if the writer was, because right now a lot of
this is actually a very divisive topic in the comic world. I have noticed. I think it depends on the person themselves because, me personally, I think that every person involved in a comic book, especially both the artist and the writer, I think they're both very important. And I think you really can't have one without the other. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a few people out there who can pretty much do it all. I have met at least one or two of these rare breeds.
Well, Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Let's name a few other. Oh my gosh. Aaron Cooter.
Yeah.
Let's see who else.
Walter Simonson has done that.
Well, Walter has Wheezy. Hold on. Let me get caught up on the chat here. I haven't gotten. Okay, so Kabong has not. Now we have 4 people in the final of Squid Game. So everyone's like, it's all comic people that aren't getting it. So a bunch of comic fans, people haven't caught it. That sort of checks out. Feeding that basement dweller stereotype. Oh, it hurts because it's true. And then we have our precious Russian bots from YouTube. Hi, Russian bots. Hopefully we're not at war with
you
soon.
Russian?
I don't know. I want to say Das Vidanya, but I think that's goodbye.
No, that's goodbye. That's goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I got my phone on me. I can totally Google that.
Oh, look. I now I feel silly. So Peacemaker is the Suicide Squad spinoff. It doesn't have Harley. We don't care.
Yep.
No, I'm teasing. The John Cena character. I don't want to give it any spoilers, but he has mentioned a few characters that have no business being in the cinematic universe as existing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not watching it, nor do I feel obligated to watch it. But I still haven't seen Eternals yet either. So,
well, the thing is that I'm with you because you had said this in one of your previous streams, and the fact is that I personally, and once again, hey, if somebody wants to go and see a comic book film, that's awesome, and I'm not going to make fun of them for it. Me personally, I got burnt out on a bunch of them a long time ago, and they all just feel like the same formulaic thing to me all the time now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little angry at DC that I didn't get in the credits for Suicide Squad. I was a little pissed. I mean, it was the first movie where they had Harley in her outfit that we drew in the books, and I thought that was a big snub. So for me, it's, right now it's sort of a sore spot. I'll probably be sore forever, so I'm just like, Anyway, but no, if you want to watch it and you like it, awesome. Let's see. So he mentioned Ezra Miller's Flash and Batfleck. Ooh.
Hello.
What was that?
What was that?
That was like a disembodied voice.
No, that was my phone. I know how to say hello in Russian now.
Oh, let's hear it. What is it?
It's Privyet.
Ah, all right. Boy, that sounds like a lot of work.
Well, basically, it's spelled like private, but you pronounce it Privyet.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Now you should be watching and learning sequential art from Bernard Chain's stream. He's an absolute authority.
Oh yeah, like I told you, I added him last night. He
I was reading Kabong's chat. See, Affleck is the best Batman's.
But I was agreeing with you. Okay. Excellent stuff he's got on there. I mean, interesting enough. Has anybody told him he's got a soothing Bob Ross voice?
He really does. It's true. It's true. Bernard has a very soothing Bob Ross voice. Yeah. Like, I imagine, like, even in wartime, he'd be one of the generals that was just like, we're going to take this hill, and we're going to conquer. Like the complete opposite of George Patton. Anyway.
Right next to this happy little tree.
Says Affleck is the best Batman's, and that he was saddled in the shared universe is criminal. You know what? I liked Ben Affleck as Batman, but boy, that's an unpopular opinion. JD Smith, digital artist. I don't think he likes that answer because he's just giving us the stare. The stare thing. David Adjic got snubbed for the Hawkeye series as well, which they borrowed liberally from. That really it does hurt. It just hurts. And Bernard is amazing. He's a good friend. He's probably pissed at me because we're supposed to do this stuff like this together. I'm supposed to go on his live stream and do some shenanigans, and I've been busy though. You know what though? He gets it. He's in the same industry. He gets it. So.
Well, yeah, and I'd imagine that he's probably under a deadline too.
Oh yeah. Everybody check out Bernard's new book. I think it's called The Monkey Prince from DC Comics. Should be a lot of fun. If Bernard's on it, that the art's going to be top notch and excellent.
Yeah.
And Bernard is a machine. When we were in India, I think he got like 4 pages of X-Men Children of the Atom done while at the India Comic-Con. So.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And
that's dedication, dude.
I've done stuff like that. It is not fun. It is not fun. Like when I went to India, Bill and I, we went and saw we went to like the Taj Mahal, and
I'm already envious of the fact that you went to India.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Here's my advice on traveling the world. Don't listen to anybody that has bad things to say about other countries. Chances are they haven't been, or they're just, I don't know.
Well, and the way I always look at it, and you know, hopefully most open-minded people do, is that just because somebody else had a bad experience there doesn't mean that you'll have a bad experience there.
I had a great experience there, and
Yeah.
but I do think I was a little lucky. I think I lucked out a little bit because Bill and I did go see the Taj Mahal, but had we gone under normal circumstances, we would not have gotten to see it. They said normally it takes 4 to 6 hours just to get in. And
Yeah.
there was a lot of political unrest happening in India at the moment. There were all these riots and
Ooh,
Um,
that's never good.
yeah. And so when we went there though, nobody was at the Taj Mahal. Like we literally just got to walk in. So
Oh wow!
Wild.
yeah. So it was amazing.
Like all the tourists were gone, basically.
Yep, we basically had it to ourselves. So it was phenomenal. But it was amazing. The people are amazing. The food was amazing. I do want to shout out to Isaac and Panda, who were basically our handlers while we were there. I'm sure it was amazing because they basically gave their time and talent to making sure that we had a good time and you know what I mean, like.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I mean they were basically there taking care of us, and yeah, it was a great show. I highly recommend it. I've been to Mexico
you're just
City.
you're just making me more envious because now I want to go.
Yeah, it's amazing, and yeah, and I had all these people like, oh, you're gonna get sick and blah blah blah. I didn't get sick at all. It was we just had a great time. So. And same about Mexico. Like, when I went to Mexico, people were like, oh, you're going to get sick or you're going to... No. Mexico was awesome. So, I mean, bad things can happen to you anywhere you go, right? I mean,
Bad things can happen to you in your own neighborhood.
I was about to say, I think I've probably been closer to dying in Oakland, California than any place I've been overseas. So...
Well, hell, there was one time, and I'll tell you a bit of a scary story. It happened actually out near my mom's parking lot. And what was happened is I was going out to feed her huskies because she usually likes to keep them out during the day so they can go and run around and get some exercise in the backyard. So anyway, I was going in to bring them in to have them eat their dinner. And one of the things I do is after I bring them inside, I'll go and fill up their water dish again. And as I was coming out, there was this dude that was hanging out at the end of the sidewalk, like at the very end of my mom's driveway. And like this. First off, I had never ever seen this dude in my life before, and I knew like everybody who lives in this neighborhood,
right?
And then the other thing is like then he starts like ranting off to me about asking me like weird questions like what am I doing later tonight and all these things and then he starts saying some weird stuff about like that he wants to say his piece and blah 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 blah, and it was freaking me out. It was like I felt like if I stayed there any longer, like the dude was gonna shank me or something. It was really weird. I just jetted inside, locked the freaking door, and just waited for the dude to leave.
He might have been asking you out on a date.
No. This was no. Seriously, if you were
Jared,
there, this wasn't like asking questions like oh hey I like you. This is like hey
Jared.
I'm gonna open you up from the inside with this knife.
I had a similar thing happen in Cedar City, but
yeah.
You know how in Cedar City they have that they have one of those biker gang, like the biker. There's a very famous biker game. It's not Hell's Angels,
but it's like the Hell's Angels.
And they have like an annual retreat up on Cedar Mountain every year, and so every year Cedar City basically turns into biker central, and yeah, so I had something like that happen to me in the Lynn's parking lot at Cedar City, which is, yeah, if you're gonna get knifed to death, you would think that Cedar City, Utah, would be like the last place it's gonna happen, but apparently you'd be wrong. So, anywho,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Kabong Inc. says that's fair. He had to cancel a stream a couple of weeks ago because of deadlines. It happens whenever you can make it by yeah. It's I should like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is because I think when I do the demos for class, I think I go faster when I'm on a stream. But with comics, it's a little bit different because I pull in a lot of reference. And I don't. Anyway, it's just different. Like sometimes you need to be more focused when you're doing comics.
That does remind me. Speaking of reference.
Hold on one second.
Speaking of reference.
Hold on one sec, Jared. Bad experiences while
no worries.
traveling. When you don't die, make great stories later. That is truth.
Yeah.
And then yes, everyone agrees. And then okay, we're caught up. Okay, go ahead, buddy. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say. Speaking of references, you just reminded me. I sent you a couple of references on the Pinterest.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, they're references for the main characters.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I get done with this, I gotta get pages done. All right. But I do think I'm pretty much done with this middle turnaround. I need to do the arms. So I'm just looking at. So you'll notice that I basically snapped out the arm right here on my design, and that's because typically when you're doing something like this, all the turnarounds I've done, they've all been for video games, and so you're gonna have a 3D modeler basically coming in modeling this stuff, and if they're trying to figure out the details on the chest, it doesn't do much of a service to them to try and guess what it looks like underneath the arms. So you just sort of take the arms out and then draw them on the side over here. And then that way you're not blocking any anatomy.
Okay. And then what, do you just like superimpose the arms in later?
Yeah, you can basically go into Photoshop, you put it on its own layer, go into Photoshop and just move it over.
Ah.
Yeah. But it helps the modeler to see what's underneath, or to have the option to see what's underneath. We'll do the same thing for the tongue. Now, students, you should note that this is optional. This is, if you leave the arm attached to the body, I'm not going to ding you points on it. But if you detach it, there might be a 3D modeler that will thank you down the road somewhere. Play it forward. Okay, and then let's figure out the hands. I'm going to take this real quick. I got it too close to this other arm. So let's take this and move it. I'm just making some judgments based off of, you know what, look, that should go down to there. So I'm going to... Okay. Then I guess I could do this one right here.
Oh.
And then that one like that. I have that.
I don't know what it is, but it always seems to make those things look that much more scarier when you put in the venom tongue.
Yeah. Yep. Venom vampires, copyright. No, well, I'm pretty sure if we called them Venom vampires, Marvel would sue us so fast and make our heads spin.
Oh, yeah.
Or Sony. Who owns the movie rights? I think it's Sony.
The movie rights to Sony still owns the movie rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Um,
Has anyone
They-
seen the new Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Was it good? Or not?
Yes.
No. Okay, Spider-Man. Yes. I meant Venom, the new Venom.
you meant Venom, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I judging by Perry's tone, not only have they not seen it, they are not going to. Is that safe to assume, Perry?
I really just don't care about most superhero movies. I mean, like we said last stream, the only reason why I went to go see the Spider-Man movie was because I came for Dafoe.
Okay.
I came to see William Dafoe.
And you were not
Like-
disappointed.
You know,
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It was.
Perry
Oh,
and I
wow.
seem to be of the same mind on this one. The thing is that there are a few that I watch, but I will be honest, and this is going to be the biggest blasphemy of all. I don't watch too many superhero movies.
Yeah,
I-
like most of the films that like I watch in general are going to be more like kind of off the wall or like maybe a little bit artsy, a little odd. So like movies like that are a bit more like formulaic or something, or like anything that gets like overhyped in the media, I instantly will not watch it. Like I don't care how good it is. I don't care
You,
if
like
in
me,
another
you
world
like-
I would like it.
You like the cult stuff, don't you?
Well, yeah, because I mean, for example, Stranger Things. When Stranger Things first came out, I did watch it, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. I am so sick of it now. I do not care to like continue it because I just saw it everywhere, and I'm sick of it. It just like when something gets like too shoved down my throat of like, oh, you should watch this, or like this is gonna be plastered all over Hot Topic for a month. I'm done.
What us old people call it is when it's oversaturated.
Yeah, like it just ruins it for me,
I like
It's
being
like-
I like being surprised. Like, okay,
Yeah.
with Iron Man, I was surprised because the last Marvel movie I'd seen before an Iron Man was Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider was so bad. I basically gave up my right to choose movies when I go to movies with Joy. Whenever we
Oh,
go,
no.
whenever we go to the movies together now, she gets to pick, and I don't argue. That's how bad Ghost Rider was. Okay.
Oh jeez.
And so, like, and I'm not kidding you. So, like, my nephew's like, "Hey, man, you got to see Iron Man." I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, I was basically done with, and the same thing happened with Batman. My friend was like,
Yeah.
"You got to see the Kevin Nolan Batman." I was like, "Nope, I don't." I was like, after the last Joe Schumacher Batman, I never need to see another Batman movie. Okay.
But hey, Chad. The thing is, isn't that a little harsh on Ghost Rider when movies like the Daredevil with Ben Affleck exist?
I would watch Ben Affleck's Daredevil before I ever watch Ghost Rider ever again. It
Ghost Rider's
was,
awful.
It was hot dumpster fire trash.
I couldn't
It
even
was-
finish the movie.
it was.
Yeah. It was, yeah. How
Besides,
I forget what I was doing, but like I was on vacation and it came on for the like hotel TV or whatever late at night, and I was like, okay, cool, let's watch a movie before I go to bed. It was so bad. I was like, no, I'd rather do nothing
Yeah.
than watch this.
Yeah.
I'd rather actually
Yeah.
go to bed
Yeah.
than procrastinate going to bed.
Yeah, I think some movies are so bad they end people's careers. I think that was
Yep.
that almost finished off Nicolas Cage. I think that almost finished him off. He came back for what, like Pig, and then Pig sort of redeemed him a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's how bad Ghost Rider was. It was career-ending bad.
Yeah. Well, and you see, they went with the wrong Ghost Rider anyway. Because the thing is that for those who follow the comic books anyway, fact of the matter is they should have went with Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. He's much cooler than Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, the cowboy played by
No. Danny Ketch was the '90s Ghost Rider.
Ah. Huh. The one that Mark Texeira drew?
I believe so. That's the one. I mean, like he's the one who had the bullet bike.
Oh.
And he was also and then he was also the one that because what's funny is they in the film version they gave the penance stare to Johnny Blaze, and Johnny Blaze actually never had it. If you go back and you look at those original 1970s Ghost Riders, Johnny Blaze never had the penance stare. That was something that Danny Ketch had.
Okay. Huh. Jared, that's a detail that I've never caught on to, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The only reason I know is because both my brother and I are actually big fans of the 90s Ghost Rider comic book.
See, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this, but I only very, very few comics do I actually read. I just look at the pictures. I really do. Like,
it's cool, dude.
It would spin my friend Slade off into a level of pissed. Like, he would get so angry at me.
You're gonna have to stay over at his haunted house.
Oh, yeah. No, he was
That's
so
gonna be
angry. He was like, Chad, he was like, how can you just... He was like, you gotta read it. I'm like, no, I don't. I would just stare at the art. I would literally stare at the art. Yeah. But it had to be really good for me to read it. Because most of the time... And so, for me, with Ghost Rider, it was just all about... the ones that I bought, it was all about Mark Texeira. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, so I don't think I did a lot of reading. Here are the books that I read. I read Usagi Yojimbo, which if you haven't...
that is fantastic, dude.
Yeah, if you haven't read Usagi, you should read Usagi. It is some of the best storytelling.
I've recommended Usagi Yojimbo on my podcast many times.
Yeah, Stan Sakai is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Now, has anyone heard about what happened? Wasn't Usagi supposed to launch on Netflix?
It is, but I guess they're still working on it. And I guess they changed the name but there's a reason behind that. In this case, it's because it's actually not based on the character of Miyamoto Usagi, who's in the comic book. I guess what the whole idea is this is supposed to be based generations later, and it's a kid who's been inspired by the stories of Miyamoto Usagi.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, so that's why they're calling it Samurai Rabbit.
Did Stan Sakai write it?
Yeah, no, Stan Sakai is very much involved in this.
Okay. Then I'm going to support Stan, but...
Stan Sakai is involved in this. And he's actually posted about it several times on his social media.
Well, why? I'm following Stan. How come I don't know any of this? Let me read the chat here.
Well, you probably... Because what I have to do in order to get these updates is... I have to specifically put that I'm following them. I have to make sure that, like there's a way you can actually favorite people on certain social media sites so that you can specifically follow what they post. Because if you just sort of do a general follow, it's just going to get buried in everything else.
You're going to have to teach me how to do that, because all I get is, ads for, horrible video games. The video games are so dumb that it makes you want to poke your eyes out. Yeah. You know which one I'm talking about? The ones where it's can you do basic math? You know those games that they have you seen those on Facebook?
Where it's horrendous.
Oh, I
think we lost Jared.
I think we got lost.
Here we go. So JD Smith, digital artist, says, Chad, I haven't watched a trailer for a Marvel movie since Raimi's Spider-Man 2. I go into all the MCU movies having no idea what to expect because of this. I almost always enjoy them. That is the exact philosophy of my friend Slade. He is a film major. He will not let anything contaminate. So he goes in there with zero expectations. I know that trailers lie. I'll give you an example. I think the last time I trusted a trailer was Phantom Menace. because the trailer for Phantom Menace made me think that Star Wars Episode 1 was going to be good, and it was not. So,
You were sorely disappointed.
I just chalk everything I see up to like as propaganda, and then I still am pleasantly surprised when I go.
Well, the sad thing what they do, and I learned this a long time ago, this is what they do with previews, is they'll take the best bits of the movie and then just throw it all into one trailer. Even if that, even if like the only best bits of a movie is like 10 minutes. They'll take that, put it all in the trailer, and then you don't realize that the rest of the movie is just crap.
Huh. I don't know. I'm okay with watching trailers. I think I know that I was excited to watch the Dune trailers. I was watching them like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
But then I mean, I don't know how many people loved it or didn't, but I mean, I personally loved Dune, so I
loved the new one. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So in this case, it wasn't lying. It was an amazing trailer and an amazing movie.
Yeah, for sure. So JD Smith Digital Art says it didn't help Nick Cage that he followed up Ghost Rider with movies like the Wicker Man remake.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Not the beans.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say this much. Let's talk about good Nick Cage movies. He had
some good ones.
He will always have a place in my heart for Raising Arizona. Like
I was gonna say National Treasure.
Oh,
National Treasure was
that's
really
a good
good.
One. Yeah.
There's one that I watched. It's actually more. It was actually one of the more modern ones, but it was actually really good. It was kind of a medieval one. This one was called Season of the Witch.
Never heard of this.
This was a really cool kind of medieval movie. I actually really liked it.
Really? That sounds like fun.
It is. I mean, you said you talk about good Nick Cage movies. It's really good. I said it's like. It was like if they took something like it was like if they took something like what's a good one like the Dark Souls games, and turned it into a film.
Huh. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's about this guy who basically goes around and he basically is a witch hunter, and he's basically helping out these people in this sort of medieval countryside because they're getting plagued by all these supernatural events that are going around. And so basically it's his duty to basically go around and, and basically rid the place of these witches.
Huh. I can't believe I haven't. I'm pretty geeky. I'm surprised this one got...
Well, it flew under the radar.
Did it? Okay,
so... It was one of those ones that, as far as I know, they didn't really hype it up when it came out, which is a tragedy. You've seen these kind of movies where it's a really awesome, criminally good movie, but yet it never got the advertisement it needed.
I think that happened with Batman Begins.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know they made a new Batman film. I did.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, "Dude, you gotta see the new Batman film." I'm like, no.
Well, because you're probably thinking it was Joel Schumacher again, huh?
You guys have no idea how bad those films were. I
do.
I can't. I can't talk about it. I'll say something and it'll be mean, and I'll. Anyway.
It's okay. No, the thing is,
Mama said you can't say something nice. Don't say nothing at all.
Oh, I know. Oh, well, I'm just saying. I know what you're saying, Chad. I know what you're saying. Like Batman and Robin traumatized me off Batman for several years.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, for sure. All right, I think that arm's done. So let's put the tongue. Let's do this with the tongue. Let's see. We got. We'll do that right there. We'll have it sort of coming in from the side, and then we'll do like that. I'm just sort of eyeballing all of this, guys. I mean, you could be like super technical with this, but I think so long as you're in the neighborhood, your modeler's not going to care. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the chat here real quick. Kabong Inc. says, I liked his movies better when he was going by Nick Coppola. Is he a Coppola? Mandy is good. This is JD Smith, digital artist, says Mandy is good, though it's not one I would recommend. I've never heard of Mandy either. Maybe I thought I was a Nick Cage fan, but I'm thinking more of like films like Con Air, and he is a Coppola. See, nepotism. Really? Oh my! How did I not know this? Okay, I just need to just keep drawing. I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
One interesting movie that he was in, I kind of liked it, but one movie he was in, it was one of his early ones. Did you ever watch Vampire's Kiss?
Yes, I have. You know what, Jared? You put up the other day on Facebook. You put up this thing about The Hunger. I was sure I was the only person on planet Earth that had ever seen that film, because it got so it was so controversial when it came out. Like,
oh yeah,
it literally just got shoved into a dumpster. And
I guess a lot of people also were, I guess, kind of disappointed because I guess they weren't like what you call traditional vampires.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have like the fangs or anything. It was basically like they used this Ankh thing to draw out the blood.
Yeah. Anyway, so but yeah, I have seen that, and I've actually seen the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer too. I think those came out about the same time, right?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a few years later. That was early 90s.
Okay. And we're talking about the Buffy film, not the Joss Whedon.
Yeah. This is not the series. This one was a comedy that came out in the early 90s, and it was actually really hilarious. It actually had Rutger Hauer as the main vampire, and it also had Paul Rubens as was like the underling.
Yes. Yes. Paul Rubens, for those of you who don't remember, was Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Good
times. Another scene I remember that, and did you remember this? Do you remember the hilarious homage to Salem's Lot in that?
Oh, man. You know what, Jared? I watched Salem's Lot for the first time probably 2 years ago, so I would not have made that connection. Yeah.
Oh, well... No, let me remind you, because you have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Do you remember the scene where Luke Perry's character...
oh my gosh, I forgot Luke Perry was in it. Yes.
Yeah. You remember the scene where his friend, played by David Arquette, comes to the window after he's been turned into a vampire?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Think about it. That was an homage to Salem's Lot.
Huh. Okay.
And I love it because Luke Perry's character had a reaction that almost every other regular person would have. Because it's so funny. I always found in Salem's Lot... Now, I love that movie. Do not get me wrong. I love that movie, and I love the book as well. But there's that scene where the kid scratches at the window and his friend just lets him in. I totally love that they make fun of that in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because you have the friend come over, and first things Luke Perry goes like, "Go home, man." He's like, "But I'm hungry." And he was like, "No way, man. Get out of here. You're floating."
Oh, man.
I mean, that to me is a more logical reaction. It's just like, I'm not going to let you in. You're flying, for God's sake.
Yeah. I can't believe he's dead.
I know. It's sad. Yeah. It's sad.
He was like 7 years older than me?
Yeah. Well, and another thing that was said was he was still in the middle of filming some stuff for Riverdale, because he was actually one of the major characters in that.
Yeah. Well, and he just got done doing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Quentin Tarantino. Like, Quentin Tarantino loves to take actors and like reignite their careers.
Oh yeah, he's been very good at that.
Yeah. I mean, John Travolta owes Tarantino a big sloppy wet kiss.
Oh,
But,
of course.
Anyway, so let's see. Kabong Inc. says Hunger with Bowie and Sarandon. Yes, that one. Yes,
Yes, that's the one.
that is the one.
Yeah. In fact, oh man, I I never got to tell you, but in The Hunger, I really felt bad for David Bowie's character.
Yeah,
I mean, you want to cry for the guy.
Yeah, he sort of doesn't end well for him at all.
No, I mean, he gets the worst out of the entire deal. That's what I'm saying is like, I always found that movie to be much more of a tragedy and less of a horror.
So that was directed by Ridley Scott's brother Tony Scott, the same guy that
Tony Scott, yeah.
did Top Gun. And,
Yeah.
what other movies he's done? He actually had a lot of really great movies.
He had quite a distinguished career in the 80s, I remember.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah, when he passed away,
Yeah.
we lost a good director. I mean, now dare I say it, that there was a lot of his stuff that I think rivaled his brothers.
Ooh, I'm glad you said rivaled and not was better, because I was like, nope.
No. I would not say better, because there's a lot of Ridley Scott stuff I like. But no, he's but I'm just saying is that I think that he was just as good a talent, just in different areas.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Ridley Scott's more better in sort of the kind of, how would I put it, like noir, almost / weird environment.
I think he's a visual. I think Ridley's visual. Like,
Visual, yes.
His movies, you're not going to see a better looking film than a Ridley Scott film.
Yeah. He's definitely got an aesthetic.
Yeah.
But with Tony Scott, I really think that Tony Scott has got movies that have got a lot of great story to it.
Huh. I think Tony just liked to push the physical envelope.
Well,
always
and
seem
I
to be
think
a
he
little
liked to
bit,
do stuff that was like different from the norm.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's another reason why he did The Hunger, was because he wanted to do The Hunger because nobody else was going to do it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it was very controversial for the time. No one would even bat an eye today, but at the time it was.
Oh no, I
super
mean
controversial.
that's a film I think that would definitely could easily get made today. But I remember, back in the early '80s, that was actually something that, I mean, the fact that he even was able to get that film made was was amazing, just because of the fact that they weren't making films like that back then. I mean, if you wanted to make a vampire film back in that time, basically it had to be it had to be like in your Bela Lugosi vein, you know.
I don't know if it was that bad, but there was just, it was just different times.
What I'm saying is
Reagan era.
Cliche vampires is what they were looking for.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess that's the better way to put it.
Yeah, because you're right. We don't want it to go into politics, but yeah, for sure. Anyhow.
But yeah, that was the whole thing, is they wanted to do the whole cheesy cliche vampires, and what Tony Scott wanted to do, and especially he liked it because of the book that it was based off of, because I don't know how many people know it's based off a novel.
I had no idea. What's the novel?
Yeah. It's same name.
Oh,
it's called The Hunger.
Okay, The Hunger, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna grab it on Audible.
Yeah, it's apparently it's a book that that very much like Interview with the Vampire really changed up the perception of vampires in books at the time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So sad that Anne Rice passed away.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I mean, she was very prominent in my teenage years. One of the first books I really got into of hers was Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah. Man, that's the hard thing about getting older is like all your heroes are on the other side.
Well, isn't that sad? Yeah, because like most of the people that I've read, it's like many of the people that I grew up with are now dead.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're talking about the Hunger. Bowie's gone.
Yeah, Bowie's gone.
And Rice.
Yeah, Anne Rice has passed away. But we've had so many, for some odd reason I'm blanking out right now, but I just remember we had so many freaking deaths that happened recently. Another one that all of us grew up with who passed away recently is Betty White.
Yeah. You know, the only thing I ever saw Betty White in was Golden Girls. That's it.
Yeah, same here. My big thing with Betty White was Golden Girls, but that was a good show.
But see, here's what I don't get though. Like nobody said anything when B. Arthur died, and like B. Arthur was like huge. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh yeah, well, interesting enough, you know what I found out, and they were probably wondering if this was going to happen. All the other ladies who were in Golden Girls had actually passed away within a year of each other.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sort of scary.
It first started with Estelle Getty. She passed away in 2008, 2009, I think. Then B. Arthur passed away a year after that. And then Rue McClanahan died a year after her.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just 1 year after another.
Well, guys, I think we're. Oh, hold on. We got more chat. It says, Kabong Inc. says he did True Romance, I think, speaking of Tarantino. Okay. Let's see. Huh. I don't think I've seen True Romance.
I haven't.
So Tarantino would have been an actor in it. Huh.
Yeah, Tarantino likes being in his own films.
No. I don't. We were talking about Tony Scott.
Oh, Tony Scott?
Yeah, somebody Google that.
I believe he did the same thing as well.
Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna do the final lineup. So I should explain a little bit. I basically forgot to let me pull up my reference here a little bit more. So I forgot to add these little spiky bits on the back of the vampire's neck on the back view, and I tried to address that last night, but I had moved my layer for the symmetry. So I went back to my duplicated layer, and now I'm adding it in there, and now I need to put it where it goes. So I'm gonna take. Hold on one sec. I gotta think about this before I mess this up. So that's that one. Let's find the other one. Nope, that's the front view. Okay, there's the back view. Alright, so I'm going to delete that one. Delete. And then duplicate this one. Turn this one back off. Move this one down here. Oh, did I crop it? Oh, nope, good. Look at that. Came right in. This is so much easier to do in Photoshop. This is definitely a. If you want to switch back to Photoshop, it's Photoshop has a lot of tools that allow you to be precise. That's one of Procreate's weaknesses. Okay, yeah. So let's turn that one back on. Let's turn the side views back on.
Oh yeah, and speaking back on obscure movies again, and another one I was re-led to that's just a fantastic horror comedy is the movie Vamp with Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, man, that's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. Oh, but man, that movie is hilarious, and sadly enough, that was another one that I missed when I was younger. I have no idea why I never saw this movie, but I'm so glad that I've discovered it now.
Huh. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah,
how old were you when you came out? Because I don't think I've seen that one, or if I have, I've.
Vamp came out in 1986.
So I would have been 10. No, I'd have been about 12. So yeah, I probably missed that. I probably missed that one. But I saw
It's
Grace,
well,
Grace
it
Jones
wasn't like I guess it wasn't a large release. It was another one of those movies that was done by New World Pictures. That was the company that was owned by oh crap, why can't I remember his name right now? He did all those he did all those movies in the '60s with Vincent Price, the Poe ones. David Corbin.
Okay. So Johnny Monstar's joining us. Hey Johnny, what's going on? This is looking nice. Kabong Inc. Really? Tarantino wrote it. Tony Scott directed. Kabong Inc. It's a perfect movie for 6 Degrees games, loaded with cameos, small parts.
Roger Corman. Thank you, Kabong Inc.
Oh, there we go. Leads were Christian Slater. I've seen this. I need to rewatch it though. I need to rewatch it. Huh. Roger Corman. Well, what were you talking about, Roger Corman? Jared?
Oh, it said Vamp was released through New World Pictures.
Oh my gosh,
which was the company that Roger Corman owned.
I've seen a.
Yeah.
Now I have to go watch it. Because chances are it's wonderfully horrible if it's a Roger Corman film.
It's really good. It's actually got a lot of really good '80s actors in. It's got I forget his name, but it's got the Asian actor who was in 16 Candles.
Oh my heck, that's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec. Let me find out this later. Okay.
Yeah, you know the one that was obsessed with getting laid in that movie.
Let's not. This is an educational field, buddy.
Sorry. But I'm just trying to say that he played as that character in 16 Candles.
Yeah. No, we remember we remember the character for sure. So
he plays as this rich kid in Vamp who basically hires two guys to basically pretend to be his friends for a few days.
Hold on, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. I don't know how I did that. Let's go back.
But they end up taking this trip they end up taking this trip over to Vegas, and they end up going to this club that you think is supposed to be like this regular sort of nightclub, right? But you find out that it's actually infested with vampires.
Okay, looks like this is lined up. I wonder why that other one wasn't.
And anyway, Grace Jones plays as like the head vampire.
So Grace Jones also in Conan, not Conan the Barbarian, but Conan the Destroyer and Octopussy, and also I'm forgetting
that Grace Jones.
Yeah, there was another big film she was in.
She was in a lot of big stuff in the 80s. I mean, she was huge in the 80s. In fact, she was actually married to Dolph Lundgren for a time.
Let's see. I think, Kabonging says, I think New World did that Dolph Lundgren Punisher flick too. Was that a Roger Corman film?
I think.
My gosh. Wow. And I know, didn't he want to do a Fantastic Four as well? Wow.
Yeah, he was actually going to be doing that, but that was another movie that ended up not happening.
Why I am getting drawing assist is selected. My pen tool selected. I'm on the layer. It's not drawing, and it says open layers. Is it locked? It's locked. Oh, geez.
It keeps going. It says locked layer selection.
Yeah. I should have picked on that immediately, but I didn't.
Yeah. So you're locked, dude.
Yeah. Not anymore though.
Okay, good.
I just want the line thickness to be. Hold on. I'm gonna. Chad. See, that should have drawn. It's literally right over the other one. I don't know why it wouldn't have done that. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so there's that. That's weird that it it did that.
Okay. So Kabang Inc. saying he said, I don't think Corman directed Punisher. They actually did the Fantastic Four movie. It was done in a matter of weeks to retain the film rights, but then it never released.
Huh. That's interesting. I would like to see that.
Yeah, and JD Smith says Corman did not direct the Punisher either.
But he did direct Star Crash.
But even though he didn't direct it, I think it might have been done through his company, because even though Roger Corman was in charge of New World Pictures, he also had multiple different directors do films for him.
Well, and so Battle Beyond the Stars, from what I understand, James Cameron basically directed that film, and that's how James Cameron got his start. I don't know if you remember that movie or not.
Yeah. No, dude, I love Battle Beyond the Stars. It's basically Seven Samurai and sci-fi.
Yeah, exactly. That was a great film.
Yeah.
Now I want to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Seven Samurai, dude, I love Akira Kurosawa.
All right, let's just see.
Now that's an old reference that I don't think the kids will know.
Kids haven't known most of these references. That's why we're so quiet.
Sorry. Old man talk.
That was harsh, Perry. That was harsh. Perry's just like, from the top rope.
I'm just like, at what point do we interject and start talking again? And I'm like, okay, an opportunity.
Oh, it's true though. But see how much
we
fun
need to quit waxing nostalgic because no one's getting a word in edgewise.
It's funny though, yeah, exactly. In class, I'll do this, and I could just tell by the silence in class that my students have no clue what I'm talking about. So I just shut up and teach, which is what I should be doing here. All right. Let's see. Let's zoom out. I'm gonna do a little bit of line work here. Just get bolden up these holding lines. And then I want to delete my line references, but I want to be smart about it. So I think I'll do that in Photoshop. We can talk about new stuff too. Did anybody watch?
Oh yeah.
Did anybody watch the end of The Expanse?
I'm gonna
hold on. Kabong
really disappoint you here, Chad.
Kabong said the thing in the last Corman film looked better than the last than the thing in the new Fantastic.
Than the thing in the last movie. Yeah,
probably. And then Stella Starcrash needs to be brought back. I wholeheartedly agree. And Russian bots are back. Welcome back, Russian bots. We're so glad that you're here, not invading Ukraine. Thank you so much. Did anyone see the last episode of the Expanse? Am I the only Expanse fan on here? Barry?
I said I'm going to disappoint you, Chad. I'm really, really sorry. I've been meaning to watch The Expanse, but I haven't got to see it yet.
I have mixed feelings. They did the whole abbreviated season finale.
Yeah.
Thing, where they took a full season and they cut it into 5 episodes. You talk about, Game of Thrones disappointment. That's how I felt.
Oh, did they pull off another ending like that?
It was so rushed. It was so rushed.
Oh God. Yeah. I hate it when they do stuff like that. It's like what the original Lost, I mean, that ending really was disappointing. It's just like, really? You're going to go with that trope?
Lost had way more flaws than just the ending. Like Lost was.
But you know what I mean. When you have this series that kind of builds this stuff up and gets you involved, and then the ending, it's almost like they decide, like, oh hey, we're gonna kick you in the shins.
Yeah. I stopped watching. Emotionally, I detached when Charlie died. That was it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
That was probably a good jumping off point, Chad.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing. So this is how Lost went for me. What's Lost? Yeah. Oh, I like this show. Oh, I love this show. Oh, what is this show doing? Oh, no. Oh, this show sucks. Burn it with fire. It's still going. I don't care. Oh, thank goodness it's gone. That's
the Lost emotional journey right there.
Yeah.
Totally summed up.
Yeah. I wonder. I've never talked to Paul Dini about this, and I should. Maybe it's a sore spot for him. Well, when he left as a writer, I think that's when it went downhill. So I don't know. Anywho.
Oh yeah. Well, when Paul Dini tends to leave anything, not a whole lot of people can fill the shoes afterwards.
He's so incredible. He had a health scare the other day. Misty Lee.
Ooh. Yeah. What happened, dude? What happened?
I don't know. Misty just posted it on Facebook. So, but he's home now. He's all right.
He's all right? Oh, good.
Yeah, he's okay. So Misty is Paul's wife, for those of you who don't follow Paul. But famous writer. You guys probably know him more from Batman, the animated series. Him and Bruce Timm were responsible for that show, which is the definitive Batman, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only Batman that really matters.
That was just to say that Batman is pretty much the Batman that's defined an entire generation. I tell you.
Yeah, yep, I agree. So, yeah, we want Paul hanging around for a long time. I think I'm done with this. I think I need to just sort of finish this up.
Well, I think a lot of the reason why that particular Batman series was so good was because they actually took from a lot of the really great sort of Batman stories. The ones that were done by guys like Denny O'Neil.
Oh yeah.
And also Len Wein.
Is Len still alive?
No. Len died in 2017.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, that was a sad day for me.
For some reason, I got him confused with Herb Tempe. So I don't know why.
No, different guy.
Yeah. Well, no, but for whatever reason, my brain just did. You know how your brain just does that?
Yeah, I know. You're thinking of one person, but you're clearly talking about another. Yeah, I've done that.
Let's see. Why? Oh man, I am off my game. Find the layer, Chad, right there. Select the layer. Ugh.
I don't know why, but that was slowly starting to sound like Sounds of the Lambs.
Yeah.
It selects the layer or it gets the hose.
Yeah. It puts the
puts the drawing on the right layer whenever it's told.
I've got a dog that wants to go outside. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn this one off right here. And then I'm going to go back into my gallery. And then I'm going to grab this layer and copy. And we're going to go back in the gallery here. And we're going to paste.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so that's about as much as I could fit in with what I got. Maybe I'm going to take. So I want to group these layers. Let's see. I'm going to take this one, delete, and then that's my rulers. I want that to be down below, so I'm going to put this up on top. I want to put this one on top of here. Put this one on top of here.
Oh, man. Got me some gummies. Mmm.
Well, now you have to share.
I know, right?
I'd totally do that. So the thing is, I have no problem sharing.
Jared, mute your mic while you're chewing though, bro.
I'll back away.
I can't complain too much because I did one live stream where I fell asleep. I was drawn way too late and I started snoring during the live stream.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, and it's still up on YouTube, unedited. It's there.
Hope it remains there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that you were still drawing was a testament to your skill, man.
What was that, Perry?
That you can wake up in the middle of the night, cold sweat. There's a video of me snoring on YouTube.
Oh. Okay. Oh, no. It's potential spam. Hang up. Okay, so there is my lineup. I think, let's see, what else do I need to do? Well, students are going to need to color it, but we've already done a coloring demo. So let me ask you guys this question. Perry, Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, so the assignment is who had Adam for Digital Painting 1?
Not me. I had you.
You had me, and Perry, who'd you have?
I had Adam for Digital Painting 1.
Okay, so the assignment parameters for the turnaround, it was just flats, right? You had to fully paint up your lineup, and then it was just flats on the turnaround?
Yes, yeah. So
Okay.
our lineup only consisted of like 3 characters. I think we needed like a hero, villain, and sidekick, and then we picked one of them, did a turnaround, and yeah, it was only color flats for the turnaround.
Okay, so, and I've already done a demo on color flats, so would you just say like, okay, hey, go watch the color flats and then lay it in, or would you just finish that here? I mean, it really does. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's just do it, because
I'm gonna say if you have to do it for the commission anyways,
yeah,
color it up to like.
Well, and here's the other thing though, like it's so easy. He's blue. you know,
do
like
be blue.
right. So it's like the
You're
color
right.
flats for this. I'm literally.
Oh, come on. I at least got a chuckle out of that one.
I don't know what that was, Jared.
From a song.
Is it
Yeah.
about color flatting?
No,
It's about being blue.
Eiffel 69, dude. Look it up.
So listen up, okay? Because here's the story about a little guy, and he lives in a blue world. All day and all night.
Oh, okay.
everything
Preach it, Perry.
Inside and outside. His house. And the other things. I know there's a Corvette. Point is, he's quite blue.
Okay. I'm going to turn drawing assist off here. And then we're going to come in. We're going to select the outside automatic.
That reminds me of a story that Ray, if I haven't told you, then I've done you a disservice, because I feel like you would get a kick out of the story.
Well, let's hear it.
So, okay. Back in my days of high school, I was one of those theatrical children.
I love theatrical children.
This doesn't surprise me at all.
I was a theater kid and I was a theater tech. So I did it all. And one of our assignments was that we had to perform a dramatic monologue. Well, I had this friend.
A monologue.
Yeah, a dramatic monologue to perform in front of the class for credit. Well, I had this friend, and he did not prepare anything. So he gets up there.
Good friend.
He had nothing prepared, so he gets up at the front of the room, and in all seriousness, with as much like drama as he can muster, he starts reciting the Pokemon theme song.
That is incredible.
I mean, he went full on, I want to be very best ever, and like he just goes. By the end of the monologue, everybody.
Was.
Yeah, like by the end of the monologue, everyone was like, Pokemon! My teacher was not amused, but still gave him full credit because it was a ballsy move and he pulled it off.
That's hilarious.
That's hero level right there, if you ask me.
Oh, he was an absolute mad lad. Like, some of the stuff he pulled, I'm like, only you could make this work. Like, there was another assignment in health that I heard about that he had to do, where I think they had to do some kind of project, some kind of like health related project. Again, had nothing prepared. So
I see a pattern for me.
Yeah, this is a very regular thing. But so the night before he comes up with this idea, in class, he goes up to the front of the room and he's like, so I actually have a guest speaker who is going to come in here and talk to you guys about the dangers of smoking. Let me go get her. Leaves the room. Outside the room, he has prepared himself a little box. He throws on a wig, a, like, nightgown dress thing, like, full cat lady vibes.
Wow, he came fully prepared.
Yeah. So he walks in, puts on this, like, 50-year-old lady, like, smoker voice, just starts going off about, like, this is what smoking did to my life, and, like, ask me a question. And sure enough, kids are, like, asking him questions, and he's just making it all up on the spot. Yeah, by the end of the presentation, he goes out the room, comes back in dressed, as himself, and he's like, man, I just couldn't find her anywhere. I searched everywhere, but I couldn't find her. So, sorry about that, guys. And it was a whole thing.
I like him already. He sounds like someone that needs to run for president.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. And like I said, he was one of those people where I'm like, I cannot imagine this working out for anybody but you.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else who could have pulled that kind of stuff off. So good on you, man.
Everybody has that one person that they know that only they can get away with what they do. Because there was at least one or two people I knew back in high school that if they had done something, they'd totally be able to get away with it. But if I'd done it, I would have been, people would either thought I was just weird or I got busted for something.
Hmm.
It sounds like funny. My cousin Robbie. That's my cousin Robbie right there. He would do insane things, and this is back when parents beat their children. and somehow he avoided all of that. But oh man. Painful to watch.
Yeah, there was this other instance where, because I was also taking like AP art and whatnot at the time, and there was this kid in one of my classes, and he kind of had like this holier than thou attitude of like, I am a sophisticated artist, I know better than you. And
not
I'm
a comic book artist.
Oh god.
He was one of those.
I hate that attitude.
Well, this friend of mine made a point, like, just to bother him. Literally, like, nearly everything he would say, my friend would be like, is that art, though? Like, he would make, like, the most random things out of art. Like, a page would, like, float off of a desk, and he'd be like, it's art. It was so artistic, just to drive this kid nuts. He hated, like, modern art and, like, all of those, like, kind of performative displays of, like, there might not actually be a message. It is what it is. And yeah, like, my friend would stack something on top of each other in, like, some kind of way, and he'd be like, art. This kid would lose his mind.
Was he a true believer though? Did he actually believe it?
My friend?
No, not your friend that was antagonizing this person, but the other person that was like the high and mighty artist type. Did he really believe it, or? Because there's true believers. There are true believers in like postmodernism. Like, I look at that stuff and I'm like going, like, Warhol was nothing but a con artist, in my opinion. That's it. That was his one skill.
This kid, I think, would have been like one of those, like, I don't know, art snobs or something, where it's like, once we got to the Impressionist era, all was lost.
Oh, wow. Wow. So not even artists liked him. Okay.
Yeah, he was very obnoxious and very, like...
Yeah.
Like I said, like, kind of tight-laced.
Okay, so would you say he was like an artist snob?
Yeah. He was the kind of person where, like, he would have wanted the Royal Academy of French artists, like, take over and be like, well, where's your shepherd in this painting? It's not a true painting if there isn't a shepherd and a body of water and some sort of architectural thing in the background.
Oh,
boy.
So it's a guy that we need to give like a cane and a cape to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like, even though he was like, 16,
Huh.
I'm like,
Wow.
there's a lot coming
Where-
from someone.
Yeah. Where? How? How do you produce someone like that in the 20th
Don't know.
century?
Like, I'm pretty sure you grew up watching, like, VeggieTales and whatnot. Like, you should have a personality, or, like, know how to have a good time. Like, at least they would sing, and they were like...
That's something that always confuses me, is, because, most of these people grow up, I would say, I mean, everybody has a different experience, but I'd say most people grow up with a fairly similar childhood. And, you wonder how in the hell they develop these sort of, like, snobbish attitudes.
I don't know. I mean, you work in retail for a little bit, and you very quickly understand.
Oh, I've worked in there. I've worked in the grocery business. Hell, I work in a care center now, and most of the people who come to visit their parents or grandparents, you'll get to see how petty people can be over there.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah. 'Cause, oh yeah, it is. In fact, I got a bit of a sad story. Is that I can actually not that I say it's an excuse to treat people badly, but I can understand why some of the elderly people who come into the facility that why they can sometimes get so cranky, because their relatives, I mean, and these are people that that live in the same freaking town as them. They will like maybe only visit them like on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then the rest of the year it's like they don't exist.
That's sad, man. That is so sad.
Oh yeah, I mean,
See, and that's what's hard right now is like for me, like my dad is at basically at life expectancy. He's 75, and my grandfather is 96. 96, okay, and they live so far away, and it's just like if anything happens, it's like it's 5 hours just to get to him, and I just can't imagine though. Like if I was in the same town, I think I'd be over way more than.
That's what I'm saying. It's like now, I'm not saying that people should go and like not live their lives, but I do think that it is appreciated by certain family members if you would at least especially if you live in the same town. I mean, maybe if you'd at least go and visit them once a week or something, that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
You do like a Sunday dinner thing for them. I know, like a lot of families get together.
Yeah, like what Perry said.
Yeah, or if you're if it's someone's birthday, you go pick them up and bring them to the party.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that where you work?
That's what
Jared?
I'm saying.
Is that where you work?
I work over at St. George Care Center.
Okay, so yeah. Have you seen Derek on Netflix?
No, I have not.
You need to watch Derek on Netflix. Do you like Ricky Gervais?
Yes, I love Ricky Gervais.
Okay, it's a show for you.
Oh, is it that British humor? Oh God, I love that.
Yep. Yeah, I watched it the other day and I was laughing so hard I woke everybody up in the house.
British humor always tickles my funny bone.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And what's funny is I was actually one of the few kids back in my group back in high school that actually really liked a lot of stuff. Because what's so funny is a lot of the friends I used to have, like I always felt it was special when I could meet somebody who also liked British humor. Because like most of my other friends, they'd be like into like the kind of that especially back in high school, that sort of I don't know what you call it, like that juvenile kind of like sexual humor.
Like crass humor.
Sophomore.
Yeah, like that. And one of the things I always loved about British humor, no matter what subject they were covering, was that it always made you think.
All right, guys, legit
they're freaking,
question time on the art. Do I leave in the measuring lines or I take them out? What do you think?
I would leave them.
Leave them.
Yeah.
I am going to clean
Yeah,
them
I
up,
always. Yeah, I always appreciate when there's measuring lines for turnarounds.
though. Okay. I'll have to take this into Photoshop though to finish it, but I think we got it done. It's done.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Nice.
We can zoom
Actually, it
in.
almost looks like you're putting it up for an action figure. It's kind of cool.
Well, that's the whole point. You know, you would take this and hand it off. So I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick. It says Kabong Inc. says it's like that kid that had to write an essay from the POV of his hero, and he just wrote "I am Groot." Well played, sir. Well played. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna turn off reference. Is that? Ooh, what the? How did that get in there? Ooh, that's not good. What layer? Make sure that drawing assist is not on. It's not. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm going to duplicate that line art layer. And then I'm going to just delete. For whatever reason, the first one I did. Whoa, daggone it. That the first the pencil lines on the first one don't look as heavy. So I'm duplicating the layer. I'm taking my select tool. I'm going into freehand. And I'm going to delete these other layers. Or delete these other drawings. Let's see. Clear. Then, yeah, I think that has about the same weight. Maybe a little too much. Just going to take it down to maybe like 75. And then I'll merge it down. Okay. That looks a little bit more consistent to me. But yeah, we're done. So what are we working on next? Should we do commissions? Actually, it's 5 o'clock.
I was gonna say it is just about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're getting to that time.
So now that I'm basically wrapping up my my demos for Digital Painting 1, we're going to jump on to the commission bandwagon. So we're going to whip out the old, hold on, let's see, let's go back to the chat real quick. It says, we do turnarounds for animation as well. Yes, yep. Yeah, I mean, this is a standard practice. So in concept art, we talk about this in depth. We didn't talk about it much in depth for digital painting. I'm basically designing a class that's designed by another teacher. I'm just taking his lessons and putting them into Canvas. Oh, I spotted a mistake real quick. But yeah, basically Disney and Warner Brothers, when they were trying to canonize the look for their animated characters, they developed model sheets, and they would give these model sheets to all the animators, and everybody had to strictly adhere to the house style.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like house style.
Yeah, they couldn't deviate at all. So
Well, I do remember that there was a lot of people that started doing it, especially once you started getting into the late 40s and into the 50s. Like everybody started doing this like across the board house style. It was because it was like both animation was doing it, but then also comic books was doing it.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you basically have to maintain canon. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Though. That is it. So let's go back to the chat real quick. It says, we do turnarounds animation as well. And then Johnny Monstar, what size of canvas are you working on? So, Johnny, I started out with a 11 by 17 at 400 DPI, but I had to expand it. And I want to say I probably at least doubled that. So let's go back to, we can tell right now, we can go in here and we can do crop and resize. It should tell us the dimensions. Settings, maybe? Okay, so
Under like canvas information.
oh
It
well,
looks like JD Smith is leaving. He says, "Have a good weekend."
JD Smith, thank you for being here with us for the entire stream. We had such a good time with you. 13,846 pixels by 4,125 pixels, Johnny. So I hope that helps. Ooh, that sort of scared me for a second when it said cropping. That would have been a horrible blood-curdling stream. Okay, but that's it. That's it for today. We'll
Nice.
leave with a giant image. If I keep it open, I'm gonna keep adding things to it, and I don't want to do that. I want to be done and over. It's my daughter's 24th birthday.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to
Yeah.
your daughter.
So I get out of here. I'm gonna go. Make sure that she has a good one because her actual birthday's February 1st, but Joy has to leave to go back down to Cedar, so we're celebrating today. So, anywho, thank you guys
Definitely.
for joining us on Creating Comics. If you like the
Shall
video,
we reconvene next week?
please like and subscribe, and everybody hang out on Discord, and we'll discuss that. Like and subscribe, and make sure you come back and let us know what you think. Talk to everyone later. Everyone want to say adios?
See you
Have a
guys.
good
Thanks
one.
for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.